So look, when I first started college, I took out my first credit card so that I could buy a new computer. The credit limit was $1,000 and the computer came to about $950 after tax. Score, save 50 bucks. And it made sense to me because I only had to pay like $25 per month per the card statement. So I'd have the computer paid off in like 3.5 years, well before graduation, right? That's awesome. I eventually did figure out how credit and interest works and learned to make smart money moves. But let's not let the kiddos make the same mistakes that I and maybe you made freshman year. Let's look at 5 ways to financially prepare your kids for college. Hey y'all, welcome back to NerdWallet. I'm Nikita. My kiddo is 16 and she's an almost senior, y'all. And one of the first things that I wanted to establish in her at a young age is the idea of, just how to work for the things that she wants. When she was little, it was earning an allowance from doing her chores and saving in her piggy bank. And now it's taking on small jobs and building her savings account. So I like to think that at this point, we have a pretty good understanding of what things that I as the mama will cover for her and what things she has to pay for herself. And that's going to be the first step before sending your kiddo off to college. Have a money talk. Who's paying for college? Is there a 529 plan in place? Savings? Should they be applying for financial aid? Getting a job? Or will it be some combination of a bunch of different things? Set expectations based on the college they choose in relation to financing offers they receive and, of course, cost of attendance. And be realistic. College experience is not just about tuition, right? Who's paying for the books? Who's paying for the housing? What about those everyday life costs like food, transportation, clothes, having a social life? All the expenses should have a clear expectation of who will fund them. And this can help ensure your kiddo starts budgeting appropriately for their needs and their wants. And ideally, you avoid getting a call every other week like, "Mom, I need money." Because that was me to my parents, like all the time in college. Next, introduce your kiddo to the idea of creating a budget for themselves. And this can be similar to the way that you budget yourself, whether that's the 50-30-20 method, envelope method, whatever. Whatever method you decide to introduce them to, make sure you're stressing the importance of not spending every single cent every month. They should be learning about saving money for emergencies and for future goals, like eventually paying off those student loans. And it's a good moment to have a bit of a, just like a heart-to-heart about finding balance. Saving does not have to mean sacrificing all those fun experiences that are supposed to be a part of college. They should learn to save while still getting to experience that late night party, last minute test cram session that are a normal part of the college experience, if that's what they want. Also, remind them that budgets evolve as our lives evolve. If they get an unexpected scholarship or a raise at their job that means extra funds, the budget should adjust as appropriate. Similarly, a semester abroad where maybe they won't be working or their expenses may change a bit, the budget should flex to fit it. Third, help them find ways to save on expenses. Every year, have them submit the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. Y'all, there are billions of dollars in free federal grant money to be had that your kiddo could be missing out on if they don't submit the FAFSA. Regardless of your family's financial situation, they could tap into federal, state, and institutional grants and scholarships. There are also a ton of companies that offer discounts to students to take advantage of. Their student ID could score them discounts at stores, restaurants, movie theaters, and more. For example, Spotify and Hulu offer a package for students that can save them over $150 per year versus signing up for individual packages without the discount. They also may want to skip a car in college. Many universities offer coverage for public transit costs and have their own campus transportation. Utilizing these services or biking across campus can save them thousands of dollars a year on fuel, car maintenance, and parking costs. Fourth, you'll want to talk credit with them. They should understand what a credit score is, why it is important, and the various factors that can impact it. Now is a great time to get them started with their first credit card, to start building up their credit and learning smart spending habits so they don't make the mistakes Nikita made. If your kiddo is under the age of 21 and doesn't have any sort of steady income proof, they'll likely need you or another adult as a co-signer. Be sure to talk about ground rules with them. Maybe that's only using the card for emergencies or not spending more than a set amount monthly. You'll also need to clarify what constitutes an emergency and who will be paying the bill monthly. Introduce them to the concept of credit utilization and the impact it can have on their credit and your credit score. Try not to use more than 30% of your credit limit. And since payment history is the most influential factor in your credit score, stress the importance of making these payments on time. Credit cards come with 2 timelines to keep in mind. First, there's the due date. Miss this day and you could get charged a late fee and possibly a penalty interest rate on the account. And then if you don't pay by 30 days past due, it gets reported to the credit bureaus and your score tanks. If the kiddo is responsible for paying the credit card bill, make sure you log into the account the day after the due date to ensure it was paid on time. Y'all, they're gonna be new to paying bills and they might honestly forget or just not fully grasp the importance of paying it on time. Remember, as a cosigner, you're on the hook for the card management just as much as Junior is. And then finally, talk about financial safety with them. Let's be real, scammers are everywhere and they're looking for easy targets. And impressionable young consumers who are new to navigating money are ripe for the scamming. Make sure your student understands the impact that taking on new financial products like loans or finance trips can have. And aside from these sneaky ways, scammers can also get their sensitive data through other ways, like data breaches. Encourage them to freeze their credit reports with the 3 major bureaus to protect their sensitive data from being used without their permission. They should also learn to be, just a little bit skeptical. If an offer sounds too good to be true, it probably is. They should know about double-checking suspicious voicemails by visiting company websites to verify the contact information and feeling hesitant to release sensitive data over the phone. And get them into the habit of checking their credit card statements and bank accounts regularly for suspicious activity. I don't know about y'all, but with my daughter getting ready to start senior year, I'm absolutely not ready. Yes, I have her set up in the literal sense in terms of logistics and bestowing life skills on her. And I'm excited for her for this chapter in her life. She's worked really hard and she deserves all the opportunities that will be coming her way, blah, blah, blah. But I am not emotionally ready for this. I'm sure you can relate. But of all the things that are out of our control for us as parents, at least we can take comfort in the fact that we have financially set them up for success. They're gonna be great. Need help choosing the right student credit card for your kid? Pop on over to NerdWallet.com. My team has done all the research for you and compares the pros and cons of each, so you can choose the one that is the best fit for you and your family.